I found a rather interesting scenario where you end up building something which I guess you could call an adapter slash decorator. So a pattern which actually embodies both concepts independently. Well, not independently because it's all happening in the same class, but it sort of fulfills the requirements of the decorator in that you have an embedded object and you're proxying the calls over to that object, so you're not acting as if you were that object, but you have the exact same interface, so you're kind of substitutable. So that's the decorator. And on the other hand, I found a way where you have the adaptation of an interface. So I know it all sounds very confusing, so let me give you an example. This is actually an example from real life, amazingly enough. It's an example from something that people do. So let's suppose that you decide to write a simple hello world application, and you write it by saying var s equals hello, going back to basics here, and then adding world to that, and then right line the result. So we right line the letter S, and I hope you know what the expected output of this actually is. Now, the point about this demonstration is we all know this is inefficient from the point of view of concatenating strings, because strings are immutable. So when you do a plus equals, it's not like you're adding the word world to the word hello. It's not like you're mutating string s, you're reassigning it effectively. You're making a new string, and thereby you're wasting a lot of memory, and this is all very inefficient. However, if you try and replace this, let's say you decide to do a string builder, you realize that none of this is going to work. This results in absolute failure. I mean, it would be nice if we could do something like this, because it would lead to a very nice refactoring, sort of change your string concatenations to a string builder. That would be nice. Unfortunately, string builder does not contain support for implicit conversion from string, and it doesn't support the plus equals operator. So we have a bit of a problem, and this is where, on the one hand, because you can't inherit from string builder, you will be building a decorator, and on the other hand, because you're attempting to conform an interface that string builder gives you to an interface that you want, specifically the interface which has implicit conversion from string and the plus equals operator, you're building a decorator and an adapter at the same time. So that's what we're going to do. We're going to build both of them, and we've already seen how to build a decorator of the string builder, so I'm not going to go into the whole business of fixing the calls, but the point is you make your own class. Let's go with my string builder. And of course you aggregate the ordinary string builder, so you say string builder sb equals new string builder, like so, and then you go to generate code. Let's do that, generate code, and then you generate the delegating members. So you take string builder, everything basically. It's quite a bit of calls that you're making, like 59 different operations, and I remember one of those operations even being unsafe and operating on a pointer. So that's something that we may encounter at some point in time, or maybe not, I don't know. Let's actually take a look. We do seem to have a bit of red code here, so let's just come back. Okay, so I've aggregated the string builder, and my goal is to write something like this, my string builder. We cannot do this yet, it's still all red. But luckily, if we are serious about building the adapter, we can add the appropriate members. So we've already got a decorator, and now all we have to do is an adapter as well. So first of all, we need an implicit conversion from a string. So we have public static implicit operator my string builder being created from a string s, and here all you have to do really is you make a new string builder, you append the string, and then you return exactly that. So var msb equals new my string builder. So we make my string builder, we say msb.sb.append. Now string builder is private, it's private here, but we can access the private member from within the class, so it's okay for us to kind of jump into the implementation detail here and append the string s, and then we return msb. So this allows us to say my string builder foo equals and then a string. Because we have the implicit conversion now. Two more things that we need to do. So the next thing that we need to do is to implement operator plus, so that you can do things like msb plus equals foo, because that's another requirement of the interface. So once again, we continue working with the adapter. So we have public static my string builder operator plus. Let's try this again, operator plus, and we take my string builder msb, and we also take string s. So the idea here is very simple. You just do msb.append. Don't even have to, actually we didn't have to use the string builder here either. We could have just done it like this. So msb.append, you append the string, and once again, you return MSB. So that takes care of the plus operator, and by extension the plus equals operator. And then finally we want some sort of nice toString implementation which simply exposes what the string builder gives us. Now interestingly enough, this isn't something that resharper generates. So resharper doesn't generate a delegating call for toString, so we'll do it ourselves. So return sb.toString. Okay, now if we come back to the main method, you'll see that we no longer have any red wavy underlines. The code is completely legit now. We are now using MyStringBuilder, and we are essentially, we can, if we started out from var, which was obviously a string, we can now substitute with a single line. We just substitute a string for a MyStringBuilder, and we're good to go. There is no additional changes that are required here. So the great thing about this example, and by the way, let me just show you that it does in fact work. The great thing about this example is that with a single type change, you can build an adapter, which on one hand, it's a decorator over a string builder because you need one and you cannot inherit from it. On the other hand, it's an adapter because it satisfies the interface, and the interface requirements are that you have implicit conversion from string to a MyStringBuilder, and you have operator plus equals.